Hey everybody, this is a guided walkthrough for the FirstHacking container over at the Dockerlabs website. So what we want to do when we do any of these Dockerlabs challenges is we want to download the machine. So the first hacking exercise, this is the exercise we're going to be doing. We're going to click on this link over here, which is going to download the container. So from here, we're going to see a mega.nz website, and we're going to click on this button labeled download. So after the machine is finished downloading, we're going to find it in our downloads directory on Kali Linux. So let's go ahead and go over there. So this is my downloads directory, and I'm going to see that the FirstHacking zip file has downloaded here. So in order to access it, we first need to unzip the file. So we just give the unzip space firsthacking.zip command here. From there, we're going to get two files that are going to inflate. There's going to be firsthacking.tar and autodeploy.sh. So in order to do these Dockerlabs containers, what we need to do is we need to run this autodeploy script over here. So the script, when we unzip it, is not going to be executable, so we need to give executable permissions to the script. So we're just going to chmod +x autodeploy.sh. So after that, you're going to see that autodeploy.sh is now executable, which you can see, which is indicated by the X over here in the list view. So from here, we're going to give the command /autodeploy.sh, and we also need to supply an argument to the command, which is going to be the name of the tar file that is unzipped. So it's going to be the firsthacking.tar file over here. So it's going to be firsthacking.tar /autodeploy.sh space firsthacking.tar. We can go ahead and give that command, and then we're going to get this message in Spanish. So it says, estamos desplegando la máquina vulnerable, espere un momento. It says, we are now deploying the vulnerable machine. Please wait a moment. And then we get an IP address that we can interact with. So after the Docker is running, the Docker container is running, we can access it from this IP address. So what we're going to do is we're going to copy the IP address, and we're going to run some Nmap scans against it. So of course, we're going to go to another tab. We're going to run Nmap against the container, and we're going to give a bunch of different parameters to scan the machine. So this is what we're doing. We're going to run have to spell Nmap correctly. So we're going to scan all of the ports with this argument over here. We're going to scan the machine in the very verbose mode by giving this command over here, this parameter over here. We're going to scan and run common scripts and versioning information by giving this parameter over here. And we're going to run with 4 threads, which is very fast but not too fast, with this parameter over here. So after we've got our Nmap command set up, we're going to run the command. And we're going to see that only one port is open. So it's scanned very fast, and we got this result over here. So port 21 is running the FTP service. So the FTP service is the file transfer protocol service, and this is what we can. This is a service we can do for to do file transfers. We can upload files, we can download files, but the interesting thing here is that we get a very specific version of the software that's being used. So the software that's being used is VSFTPD, and this is a very common FTP software, but we see that it's running this version right here. So you will get a sense for what versions of software are typical and which are atypical with experience. And in this case, when all you have is one service that is being provided and you receive a very specific version of the software, we can take a look at and search for known exploits for this particular software version. Let's talk a little bit more about that. Okay, so if we are able to identify a software name as well as a specific version, we can search for known hacks for that software for searching via Searchsploit. So Searchsploit is a command it's pre-installed on Kali Linux, and we can use this to search for known exploits. So we just need to use Searchsploit with the name of the software and the version number, and it's going to return any known vulnerabilities. So the thing about Searchsploit is that it references a database of known software exploits and is associated with the exploitdb.com website. So basically, what Searchsploit does is it searches the same database as the exploit database website, and then it returns anything that that matches your search parameters. So let's go ahead and do that. So we've got this version of the VSFTPD. I'm going to copy this, and then we're going to run Searchsploit and plug in the software as well as the version number. We see here that that there is a known vulnerability here for VSFTP 2.3.4, and it says here backdoor command execution. So backdoor command execution means that we can use the software to run system commands. So it looks like we have a path to this particular script that is going to give us the command execution, and it's got this number right here. So this number right here is actually associated with they number all of the exploits, and we can copy this file to our current directory by giving this command right here. So it's going to be searchsploit -m and then the number that we want to copy over. So -m means, it stands for mirror, I think, and it basically copies over this file over here, over to our current directory. So it gives us some information about the exploit. It says that it's going to be the backdoor command execution. So this is the exploit DB URL over here if we want to take a look at it. And well, we can go ahead and take a look at it ourselves really quick. Copy this, and then we can go over to our web browser. So this is all the information about the exploit. Okay, so now that we have the file copied over here, we're going to see that's in our current directory. So this is the file that we need to run, and we're just going to rename it. So I'm just going to do mv, and I'm going to call it FTP backdoor. Okay. After we do that, we're going to try running. We're going to try running the script with Python, and it's going to tell us what is going on here. So it says usage is going to be script and then host. Okay, so we just need to supply a host. So we're going to supply the host, which is going to be HTTP. Actually, no, we don't need HTTP. We just need the IP address. So the IP address is this one over here. And paste in the IP address, and then we're going to run the script. So it says here, let's see, deprecation warning. This is deprecated and slated for removal in Python 3. What is going on? It looks like we got connection refused, but why? Okay, I need to make sure that this is the correct IP address. Okay, so it should reach out to the FTP port by default. Make sure that this is the correct IP address. Huh. I don't understand why it didn't work the last time, but it works this time. But anyways, we ran the script, and then we get success shell opened. So send exit to quit the shell. If we give this command, who am I, after we ran this exploit script, it gave us access via a backdoor in the insecure version of VSPD FTPD. So it says we're root. So we've essentially finished this this exercise. So who am I, root? So this is the ID for root. That's great. And I guess that means we have to call Scary Hacker Voice Man. So let me go ahead and call Scary Hacker Voice Man up. And let's talk about what's going on.
Hey everybody, it's me, Scary Hacker Voice Man. Scary Hacker Voice Man comes out every time we break into a server, and we just broke into this one. Well, Mr. FirstHacking Administrator, it looks like you deployed FTP with an insecure version. Well, that was a big mistake. We managed to search for a well-known exploit for this version of FTP, and then we used that exploit to break into your server, and now, now we're in.
Okay, so we have shell access to the system here, and what we need to do to finish the exercise is we need to move into the root directory, and then we need to take a look at what's here. So the thing about these Docker exercises is that there's no traditional flag that we need to read to finish the exercise. So to prove that we got root access to the machine, we're gonna put a specific graffiti file. We're gonna deface the server over here, and we're going to echo out HackerFrogs rule, and what else? HackerFrogs rule. Please update your VSFTPD software so that it is not vulnerable anymore. Smiley face. Okay, and we're gonna we're gonna put that into a file called graffiti.txt. Okay, so after we do that, we're going to see that the graffiti.txt file is here, and if we read it, we're going to see our message that we left for the server administrator here. Okay, so with that, we are finished the exercise. All right, everybody, so that was a guided walkthrough for the FirstHacking container over at Dockerlabs.es. If you enjoyed this guided walkthrough, please click on the like and subscribe buttons on the video and leave a comment underneath the video. But until next time, HackerFrogs out.
Hey there, HackerFrogs! Are you enjoying this workshop? Learning new concepts and skills? If so, there's a way you can support the channel, and it's totally free. Just click on the subscribe button below the video. Also, click on the like button. And if you have questions or comments on this workshop, please leave them below the video. Thanks for listening. And now, back to our scheduled programming.